Good evening, football fans, and welcome to tonight's NFL Spotlight, where we dive deep into the gridiron drama that's keeping us all on the edge of our seats. I'm your host, and tonight, we're zeroing in on two of the league's most storied franchises, the Philadelphia Eagles and the New England Patriots. Picture this. What if the mighty Patriots, who've been scripting one of the best comeback stories of the 2025 season, suddenly stumble into a nightmare? And how does that ripple across the league, maybe even brushing up against the Eagles' own playoff push? Buckle up, because we're about to break it all down with the passion and precision you expect from the best in the business. Let's start with the hook. Imagine a team that's won 6 Super Bowls in the dynasty era, led by legends like Tom Brady, now facing the ultimate what-if scenario in the final stretch. That's the New England Patriots right now, sitting pretty at 11-3 heading into Week 16. Under first-year head coach Mike Vrabel, a guy who knows a thing or two about toughness from his playing days as a linebacker who helped anchor those early 2000s Patriot defenses, they've rattled off an impressive 10-game win streak that only snapped last week. But folks, in the NFL, complacency is the enemy. With just 3 weeks left in the regular season, a playoff berth seems locked in, according to simulations from The Athletic. Even if they drop all 3 remaining games, their odds stay sky high. Yet, as any Pats fan will tell you, it's not just about getting in, it's about seeding, home field advantage, and avoiding those brutal road trips in January. Now, shifting our gaze to the city of brotherly love, the Philadelphia Eagles are no strangers to high-stakes drama either. They're battling in the NFC East, that ruthless division where every game feels like a street fight against rivals like the Dallas Cowboys, New York Giants, and Washington Commanders. Led by quarterback Jalen Hurts, who's evolved into one of the league's most dynamic dual-threat stars. Remember his breakout in 2022 with over 3,700 passing yards and 760 rushing. The Eagles boast a roster stacked with talent. Wide receiver A.J. Brown, the explosive playmaker traded from the Titans in 2022, has been torching defenses, while cornerback Darius Slay anchors a secondary that's as feisty as Philly's legendary cheesesteak debates. And let's not forget their history. That underdog Super Bowl 52 win in 2018, capped by the iconic Philly special trick play where backup QB Nick Foles caught a touchdown pass. It's the stuff of legends, much like the Patriots' own dynasty run with Brady's epic comebacks, including that 28-3 Super Bowl 51 rally against the Falcons. But back to the Patriots' potential nightmare, because this scenario isn't just about New England, it weaves in cross-conference intrigue that could indirectly spotlight the Eagles. In this doomsday setup, everything kicks off in Week 16 with the Pats hosting the Baltimore Ravens at Gillette Stadium, that fortress in Foxborough where the winds howl and the crowds roar like a New England nor'easter. If Lamar Jackson, the Ravens' electrifying QB who's been nursing his way back to full speed in practice this week, rediscovers his MVP form, think those lightning-quick scrambles and pinpoint deep balls, Baltimore could pull off the upset. Meanwhile, keep an eye on the Buffalo Bills, the Pats' archrivals in the AFC East, taking on the Cleveland Browns. A Bills win pushes them to 11-4, tying New England's record but not quite overtaking them in the division standings, yet. Add in victories for the Los Angeles Chargers over the Cowboys and the Houston Texans over the Las Vegas Raiders, and suddenly, the AFC landscape gets murky. These aren't pipe dreams, they're plausible outcomes based on current form. Why does this matter for the Eagles? Well, fast forward to Week 17, and here's where Philly enters the fray. In our nightmare script for the Pats, New England somehow coughs up a loss to the lowly New York Jets. Yeah, the same Jets who've been scrambling with Brady Cook under center, a rookie QB trying to find his footing in a season that's been anything but smooth for Gang Green. It's a long shot, sure, but upsets happen, especially in divisional rivalries where the Jets, Dolphins, and Bills have all given the Pats fits over the years. To make it worse for New England, the Bills would need to topple the Eagles in that cross-conference clash. Now, let's analyze that matchup. The Eagles, playing at Lincoln Financial Field with their rowdy, green-clad fans turning the place into a cauldron of noise, would be favored. Jalen Hurts versus Josh Allen? That's must-see TV, a battle of mobile QBs who can extend plays and launch bombs. But if Buffalo pulls it off, riding running back James Cook's ground game and their stout defense led by edge rusher Von Miller, it catapults the Bills to the top of the AFC East, dropping the Pats to wild-card status. For the Eagles, a loss here could dent their NFC seeding, especially if the Cowboys or Giants are lurking. Historically, the Eagles have thrived in these spotlight games. Think back to their 2017 playoff run, overcoming injuries to Carson Wentz and riding Foles' magic. Diving deeper into the analysis, let's talk tactics. For the Patriots, their success this year hinges on rookie QB Maye, the third overall pick in the 2024 draft, who's shown flashes of brilliance with his arm strength and poise, reminiscent of a young Brady, but with more mobility. Paired with running back Ramondre Stevenson, who's pounding the rock for over 1,000 yards this season, and a defense featuring linebacker Matthew Judon sacking QBs left and right, they've been dominant. But injuries could bite. If their offensive line falters against Baltimore's aggressive front seven, including stars like Roquan Smith, turnovers might pile up. Statistically, the Pats rank top 5 in points allowed, echoing their glory days under Bill Belichick, who built a bend but don't break unit with players like Vince Wilfork clogging the middle. Comparatively, the Eagles' defense is equally resilient, with a front four that pressures like few others. Think Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter wreaking havoc. Offensively, they've averaged 28 points per game, thanks to Hurts' efficiency, a career-high 68% completion rate, and Brown's contested catches. In head-to-head history, these two teams have clashed in Super Bowls 39, Patriots win, and Eagles revenge, creating a mini rivalry that's popped up in pop culture. From movies like Invincible celebrating Eagles' grit to Brady's TB12 brand symbolizing Patriot excellence. Trivia time. Did you know the Eagles' Fly anthem dates back to the 1960s, while the Pats' Pat Patriot logo harks to revolutionary roots? Now, let's bring in some voices to liven this up. Imagine I caught up with a fictional Eagles fan, die-hard Philly native Mike Rossi. Look, if the Bills come into the Linc and think they can just run over us, they've got another thing coming. Jalen's got that dog in him. Remember his squat challenge videos? We're built for these moments. On the Pat side, pretend quote from Coach Vrabel, we've got the pieces, Maye's arm, Stevenson's legs, Judon's fire. But football's a game of inches. One slip, and it's chaos. And from a neutral expert, say, analyst Sarah Jenkins, this nightmare for New England highlights the AFC's depth. Bills at 13-4? That's dynasty-level stuff, but don't count out the Pats' road warrior spirit, like Brady's 2018 playoff run.